My name is Mark Moppin. I want to welcome you to this webinar. We're going to address commercial property today. Pat Muntz is our speaker. Patrick, thank you for being with us. Patrick's somebody I know in a long, long time, plus 30 years. He is the go-to person when it comes to business funding and mortgages or just financing around investors. So I'm thrilled to have you here. What's our topic today?
Today is refinancing. Why property owners must consider refinancing more than ever before. The reason I say this, and I think it's an important question that's before us right now, is the market's sort of at a standstill in terms of the lack of housing supply. And I think that the equity in the properties that's sitting there needs to be working for you, because everybody wants working capital, growth capital, and wants to find out ways to increase their cash flow and to expand their holdings. So there's no better way than looking at what you've got right now and looking at the equity, because that's your option. That's your jack. I've got Florida investors that are refinancing a $1 million property that they bought, and now it's worth 3.4. They're out there. It's only got a 520 balance. And this gives them the opportunity with $2 million in cash from their equity to buy 54 unit apartment building. So they got their 19 plus the 54, that gives them 73 units that they both own now. And that's the way you grow this pineapple. That's the way you get things going.
Yeah.
Equals wealth.
I got a good commercial buddy of mine that he says that over and over. You take the property and then you refi it, and then that money they pull out, there's no taxable event. Doesn't get much better than that.
The flipping home run, and people just don't realize it. They don't know that they've got everything they need when they haven't tapped in and sucked out all the equity out without applying it to their business. You must reinvest in your business. So there's a lot of reasons to do this, and we're going to talk about them, but we're really going to jam through this. People don't realize that the commercial loans aren't the same as residential. They have balloon payments at the end. They're simply shorter term loans. And the only way you can really fight the balloon payments are to reset the mortgage clock. And we're going to show you how important that really is. You got this cash on hand that's sitting inside your building, and it gives you the extra cash that you're going to need. Not only is it, as Mark said, tax-free, but it can be used for any purchase without restriction, which is ideal. Just ideal. So invest in property upgrades. Big down payments don't allow for all the funds to make needed improvements. So what you have to do in order to increase your cash flow is to refinance to get the money to reinvest in your properties. But that way you get more cash flow because you get higher rents. It's that simple. So why do you want to do this over and above that basic element? Because you've got balloon payments coming at you. You've got major expenditures and property upgrades, additional working capital, and you need cash out refinancing. There's no way around it. We've got deteriorating neighborhoods, increasing property taxes, and continuing vacancies that can really dog you, especially if you're going for the low-hanging fruit, and you find out suddenly that everybody around you is rehabbing the rentals and you are losing tenants. There's a lot of possibilities here to fight that, and I think you need to take a look at it because of the innovation that's necessary. The depreciations, once you lose your depreciation, there's a 15-year depreciation, and the painful tax increases are the only thing you have to avoid at that point. And you want to trade an ARM mortgage, for example. If you were in a rush and you took the best deal possible, you're forced into an ARM. Now you want the predictability of a fixed rate mortgage. Upwardly pivot. The upward pivot move is to get a larger investment property with new depreciation benefits and a higher rate of return. It's that simple. So you get the cash, you free up your excess equity, and it's all tax-free, and you're still retaining use of your future tax 1031 exchange, and you'll be able to defer taxes for the rest of your life. That's the plan. That's what I'm talking about. Think about things differently. Do you ever think you could possibly convince somebody that someone could convince you to get instead of a 7% rate, that you're better off at a 8% rate? Because you look at your cash flow. The refinance may give you a slightly higher payment, but you're going to get more tax shelters because you're paying out slightly higher interest on the loan. And then a good part of that is going to be absorbed in the principal payment because of the longer term, even though it's an 8% loan instead of a 7% loan. It's a function of a number of moving parts. The commercial cash out may be resolved with retirement. Your needs change. You may look at cash flow as less important than a tax shelter because you've got a lot of properties now. Changes in goal or life circumstances, life events require, when you go to get a refinance, you don't know what you're going to do. If you go to a bank, you're going to be looking at, 65% loan to value. And more in the remaining equity after the cash is taken out. It's an alternative to go to a mortgage broker than a bank because they can offer you more cash out. It's just that simple. You pay a little more for it, but you're getting more cash out. What's more important, getting more cash out or paying for it? Well, now, why do you think people have cars and they make those decisions when they're going to get a paint job? They're going to fix their car. They're going to get it done right? That's how you do it. You do it right. So the rates are slightly higher than residential rates, and the interest rate may be lower if it's a multifamily or whatever the type of industrial property you've got. Depends on the structure of these loans. They're often structured as interest-only loans with hefty balloon payments at the end. Bridge loans tend to command higher premiums, but bridge loans are used to renovate properties that wouldn't qualify for a mortgage loan before you can sell it. So the only way to get to long-term funding sometimes is something like a bridge loan. Just so you know it's out there, you should know about bridge loans. Neededfunding.com. That's how you reach me. That's how I can help you. I can sit there and walk you through these things and match you up to the right process, the right mortgage, the right funding that you need. I'm at 1-855-734-1122. 1-855-734-1122. Patrick at neededfunding.com.
I know when I've gone to that needingfunding.com, there's just a form there. You just click it and it just takes 3 or 4 minutes to fill it out and spell out what you need. This is great, Patrick. I appreciate this update. And the one thing you can count on when you contact Patrick is for him to get right back to you. So thank you.
Yeah, we're here and we're happy to serve. And that's what this is all about, is giving you what you need and what you want. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about this, and get out there and get a refinance right now. This is the time. Get a refinance. Any building you got, commercial, industrial, whatever the heck, get it.